Come, let's get introduced with Yugrishi, Vedmurti Taponist Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya, Vandani Mata Bhagwati Devi Sharma, and their inspiring lifelong journey. There is a village called Aval Kheda near Agra district in Uttar Pradesh, North India. Shakti Peeth, a sacred tirth or pilgrim for Gayatri followers, which is located in Aval Kheda village, where each year many devotees from all over the world comes to visit. This Shakti Peeth is birthland of Yugrishi Shriram Sharma. Pandit Shriram Sharma is a social reformer, a prominent philosopher, a visionary of a new golden era, and a founder of All World Gayatri Parivar. His mother's name was Srimati Dan Kumari Sharma and father's name was Pandit Roop Kishore Sharma. His mother, Srimati Dan Kumari, was very simple yet very spiritual, compassionate, helpful, dutiful, and was popular as Thai among all the loved ones. As she was very compassionate and helpful, many of her friends and neighbors used to reach out to her, and she also never hesitated in helping them with all her abilities. His father, Pandit Roop Kishore Sharma, was very renowned and knowledgeable Pandit of Srimad Bhagavad. On invitations, he used to conduct this katha at people's houses. Srimati Dan Kumari, Taiji, tells us that before birth of Sri Ram, many cows used to come and gather in front of their doors. She also mentioned that usually she sees similar dreams in which a godly plane flies from east, come over their haveli and shower flower all over, and a goddess putting a flower in her lap. Tai shared that a day, few months after the birth of Sri Ram, a sadhu came to their house and started staring at baby. Tai felt very bad. She asked, "Maharaj, why are you looking at my kid like this?" Sage replied, this baby is Siddh Atma," and he saluted that baby and went off. Guruji's mom, Taiji, tells, Sri Ram has thin body, but he was very daring and bold. The snakes and scorpions were often spotted in mentioned house, and he used to remove them without getting any fear. Sri Ram used to stroll alone in the forest without getting afraid of any wild animals. Often he used to go to jungle without informing. When searched, often he was found under a tree with closed eyes in deep forest. In the free time often, Sri Ram was spotted on the porch ground making Om or swastik symbols. Sri Ram's most favorite and satisfying job was to distribute food, clothing, and other useful items among needies. Once Tai found Sri Ram giving out his scarf to a poor child. She was mesmerized with Sri Ram's this characteristic. Taiji asked, "Why did you give your scarf to that boy?" And Sri Ram replied very calmly, "That boy was shivering and he was in need of that clothing." One day, Mata Dan Kumari ji came to know that Sri Ram was donating all of his food into poor villagers. When she asked, Sri Ram replied that he is practicing fasting and he does not want this food to go waste. That's why he is distributing his share among all these hungry people. This is how our Gurudev was. Since childhood, he was very compassionate, always ready to help others, whether it is needy people or an animal in need. Once, many miles away from a deserted trail of his village, Sri Ram reached to a small train station. There he met one of his neighbor. Surprised by seeing such a small boy alone wandering so far from the village, he asked, "Where are you going, Sri Ram?" In reply, he heard, "Himalaya." Neighbor laughed and impelled Sri Ram to come back home. While growing up, Shriram's one of the favorite game was to conduct and deliver kathas and holy stories among his peers. And his friends were also used to hear them very carefully and used to get mesmerized by him that how does he know so much? Pandit Rupkishorji, Guruji's father, has had a collection of rare texts of ancient Sanskrit literature. Some of them were handwritten Sanskrit manuscript, and some of the literature written on bark bark, Bhojpatra, a authentic ancient literature. Pandit Rupkishorji used to spend lot of his spare time reading these scripts. Shriram noticed that his father spending time by staring these rare books, and once he asked his mom, "Why Pitaji staring those books?" Mata said, "He is gaining knowledge." "But how? Just by going through these papers, Pitaji becomes so intelligent?" Shriram asked. His mother smiled and told him that his father is not just staring those papers. He is going in deep through reading each and every word and meditating on it. Guruji got so inspired and decided to learn how to read and write and become witty and knowledgeable like his father. Since that day, Shriram started paying attention to how his dad conducted a conversation and what knowledgeable talks he used to share. Listening and imitating his father, Shriram learned numerous religious stories and teaching from all Granth and Vedas. When right time came, Guruji's dad, Pandit Rupkishorji, sent him to village school. Shriram had sharp brain. Very quickly he excelled in his studies. Seeing Guruji's intelligence, his parent decided to send him to Agra English School for higher studies. When Shriram came to know about this, he got into deep seriousness. Tai Dankumari ji noticed and asked, "What is the matter? Why are you so serious?" "Tai, I will not go to Agra in English school. If I go there, I will have to change my lifestyle. I want to learn good things from Britishers, but I don't want to follow their social civic mannerism or clothing or lifestyle," Shriram replied. Mata Dankumari ji got worried. She asked, "If you don't want to learn English or Britishers' way, then how will you get a job?" Shriram said, "Tai, I will not work under any other as an employee or conduct katha like father. I will become independent, self-employed, and I will teach this to others too." This made Tai amazed. One day, Sri Ram said, "I want to become an armorer and learn weapon usage. I understand that using weapon for wrong reason is bad, and I will be very careful in this regard. I want to learn art of bearing sticks, spears, and sword from Harya." Family objected as Harya was from lower caste, but Sri Ram stayed firm with his decision. Sri Ram's body was lean, but he had amazing and sharp activeness. Very quickly he learned all the techniques and taught his friends and peers too. One day Sri Ram saw an Englishman following one of his village women on the horse. She was very frightened and asking for help. No one had courage to confront that Britishers. Sri Ram felt so bad seeing that lady's helplessness. He hid beside a wall and threw a big stone at that Englishman. Gora got hit badly and started bleeding very badly from his forehead. This gave woman enough time to escape and hide. Britisher could not figure it out who or how did this happen, and he went back gabbling. As all these things were happening on the side, Shriram continued with his social service work too. In his village, a lower caste woman named Chapko was suffering from pueril leprosy. When Shriram came to know about her, he wanted to get Chapko medical help, but family and upper caste villager revolted. Then Shriram decided to go ahead and help her by soulfully nurturing and domestic treatment. Every day he took time out to bathe her, to apply medicine, dress her, feed her, put new bandage on her wounds without getting disgusted from the ill and smelling wounds. This was very remarkable, especially during those days when the untouchability, chhuachut, was very much prevalent and the fear of leprosy disease was at its peak in the society. Slowly, Chapko got cured. She showered lots of blessing on Sri Ram. She used to say, "Just watch, one day he will become a great Mahatma and a emperor of many people's heart." After finishing elementary education in village, Sri Ram had to move to Agra for higher studies. There he gathered his fellow friends and made a service committee whose job was to serve disabled with food, clothing and other necessary stuff. One time when Sri Ram was visiting Avalkheda for summer vacation, he came to know that Hubbalal, their village accountant, is very sick. No one wanted to take care of Hubbalal as he did not have a very good reputation. People were terrified by his name. When Sri Ram heard this, he decided to nurture Hubbalal without judging him on his behavior. Seeing Sri Ram's nurturing services towards himself, Hubbalal got very embarrassed and he realized his non-justifying behavior. He said, "I have committed sins by doing injustice and that's why I am suffering. I have harassed many poor people. That's why I am sick like this without anyone's sympathy." Sri Ram said, "You should not think this way. Think about getting better and reforming yourself. First step of atonement is realizing, which you have just passed. Now, just think about replenishing people from the damage that you have caused." Then Sri Ram looked outside of the door towards gathered people who were surprisingly seeing Sri Ram's act and addressed them. "Hate sins, not sinner. One should always serve sick." When Sri Ram turned 15, his dad, Pundit Shri Rupkishorji, decided to get Sri Ram's Upanyan Yagyopavit Sanskar, the sacred thread ceremony, done. He took Sri Ram to Kashi, to his childhood friend, the great freedom fighter and founder of Banaras Hindu University, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya ji. Pandit Madan Mohan became very happy to meet Sri Ram. He solemnized Sri Ram's Yagyopavit, the sacred thread ceremony, and initiated him in Gayatri Mantra. Pandit Madan Mohan ji said, "Gayatri is Brahman's Kamdhenu. Without fail, worship Gayatri daily." Upon their return, Sri Ram asked his father the meaning of Madan Mohan ji's teaching. Pandit Sri Ram Kishore ji explained, "Gayatri Mantra is the mantra of fulfilling all the desires." Sri Ram firmly embedded this teaching in his heart, and slowly he got absorbed into given duly Gayatri sadhana and jap procedure. In 1926, on the dawn of 5th day of spring, according to lunar calendar known as Vasant Panchami, this incident occurred. Sadhana room of Sri Ram suddenly got filled with unimaginable fragrance, and from east a bright aureole, a holy light appeared. In that nimbus light, a rishi looked like a shadow figure emerged. Shriram was shocked. To ease the moment, that shadow communicated non-verbally, just mind to mind. Don't be scared. I have known you from last many births. Shriram asked, Who are you? I am your spiritual guru, Sarveshwaranand, came from Himalaya to visit you. But how do I trust you? Shriram asked gloomily. The Himalayan yogi, non-verbally again, communicated by sending vibes from his astral body. Close your eyes, and I will show you your past 3 births. You will see who were you and how we were connected. Shriram saw himself as Kabir, then Samarth Ramdas, and then as Ramakrishna Paramhans under the guidance of Dada Guru Swami Sarveshwaranandji. Dada Guru said, Now time has come. That's why I have come to deliver necessary instructions. You have to do lot of work in this life, and for that you need lot of tap shakti. After knowing about his past 3 lives, Shriram was astonished. He felt like he is dreaming in sleep. Dada Guru continued with his voiceless conversation. You have to do 24 pushcharans of Gayatri Mahamantra. This includes some strict observance. One Mahapurushcharan takes a year, which includes 24 lakh Gayatri Mahamantra and Upvas. You can only eat by feeding cows just a fistful with jowar seeds and collect the seeds extracted by cows after digestion. With these seeds, you would make rotis and eat with 1 glass of chach once a day, nothing else. This you have to continue for next 24 years. There will be many obstacles, but see them as test and continue with this routine. Once you complete this, then I will tell you what to do next. By saying this, Dada Guru merged in the flame of Deepak. Since that day, Shriram started his Gayatri Mahapushcharan sadhana. On one cold day of 1928, Shriram saw 2 butchers. They were barbarically dragging a crippled cow. Upon asking, he came to know that this cow is of no use anymore, so they are going to slaughter her. Soulful Shriram could not bear this cruelty and asked to let go of that cow. Butcher agreed, but only if Shriram pays the cost of the cow. Shriram agreed too. He was not old enough to make money, and no one will donate money to him for saving a old, useless, handicapped cow. But somehow he collected this money and saved that cow. See, that's kind of a big kind-hearted he was. Along with these other things, gradually Shriram's Gayatri sadhana elongated. It was the time when country's independence movement was on full swing, and the whole India was in effect. Shriram also could not stay untouched, and he started participating in independence movement activities. Shriram surpassed Urdu into freedom movement and robustly protested against the British government. Near the Awalkheda village in Jharkhari, while leading one of the anti-government procession, Shriram's flock ran into police troop. During encounter, police force was ferociously beating protesters, and being inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's non-violence teaching, they were all taking hit without reciprocating. Shriram also got hit badly, but he decided not to let go of flag. So he grabbed flag between his teeth and kept protesting against Britishers. Being badly injured, within no time he dropped unconsciously on the ground. Police tried snatching flag from his mouth, but they could not. Even being unconscious, he did not let go flag. This is how much he was persistently firm. During freedom fight from Britishers, Guruji had to go to jail too. To participate in a Congress convention session, Shriram with other freedom fighters colleague left for Calcutta. On the way near Asansol station, West Bengal, they got arrested by CBI police. There he met many influential freedom fighters personalities like Madan Mohan Malviya ji, Mata Swarup Rani Nehru, Mr. Rafi Ahmad Kidwai, and Sri Devdas Gandhi, son of Mahatma Gandhi, and had privilege to spend time with them. In jail, he also learned how to read and write English with their limited resources. After coming back from jail, Shriram gave lot of attention on constructive ventures in his village. A huge center opened for fabric weaving in the village named Buntaghar to initiate a spark of self-dependency in people through boosting rural cottage industry. Even today, people in Avalkheda village still recognize the name of Buntaghar and its location. A British inspector of intelligence police, Agra district, wrote in his report, "As of now, Shriram is associated with Congress. If he does join revolutionaries, he can create catastrophe for British government." One day, in meditation room, Shriram got indulged into deep thoughts. He thought, one day this body is going to get old and die. What is the real purpose of this life? Maybe we can find joy in materialistic pleasure of the world. But these material can become cause of suffering and sickness. So it's best that my life is used for great wholesome corrective activities. Every moment of this life is very precious. During those days of physical, mental and emotional struggle, his mentor Sarveshwaranandji suitably directed him to come to Himalayas. All alone Shriram set off for the journey into Himalaya to meet his respected Gurudev. It was a tough journey, but since he was travelling under the commitment, Sarveshwaranandji indirectly helping him throughout his tough journey. Meeting Gurudev, Shriram felt highly energized and encouraged. Subtly, Sarveshwaranandji called Shriram by his side and discussed in detail all the programs which Shriram had to carry out in the future. During the journey of Himalaya, Shriram saw many ashrams where he got familiarized with the activity of the saints who lived there. Shriram realized that a huge number of these wannabe holy saints are lazy, illiterate, workless, and wasting national property. Shriram seriously congregate on the issues and pledged to resolve, reform, and cultivate their attitude, practices, and the way of living. After returning from Himalaya journey, Shriram fixed his focus on uplifting rural lifestyles. In order to do so, Shriram wrote and got published many low-cost and small pocket books on the betterment of livestock and agriculture activities for evolution. During this phase, he also took training as a journalist in Sainik, a daily newspaper, and he wrote many poetry oozing with patriotism. Somewhat around those days, Shriram went to visit Mahatma Gandhi at his Sabarmati ashram. There he closely observed Mahatma Gandhi's working procedures. After this, he went to visit the great poet Sri Thakur Rabindranath Tagore at Shantiniketan and spent few days with him. Then he went to visit the great Mahayogi Sri Aurobindo, resided at Pondicherry during that time. After meeting Mahayogi Sri Aurobindo, Thakur Rabindranath Tagore, and Mahatma Gandhi, Shriram decided to travel through the entire India and visit legendary parts of the country. While this journey, he witnessed closely the status of urban and rural Indian population. He saw that majority of Indians were suffering because they were poor, illiterate, and had limited knowledge and information to live life comfortably. Being compassionate, Sri Ram could not bear this sight and thrashed out to look for some kind of solution to recover from this suffering. He realized that in order to awaken consciousness in the miserable public, he will have to strive hard to educate by writing and getting magazines or books published. To cater less educated population, he published small booklets and pamphlets on spiritual and social topics. These literature were written in common, easy to follow language with many useful tips, not necessarily focused on any particular religion. He stated that all human beings are children of Almighty God. Thus, no one is higher or lower in status, physical structure or feature, caste, creed, or communities. All these differences and disparities are superficial, created by man, not God. In all creature, the soul dwells equally. Differences among us are pointless. His writings were oozed with first-hand experiences of day-to-day living. To start with expansion of books to the common mass, he chose common marketplace in his village, where he served water to thirsty commuters and distributors veterinary and livestock care related information. In Agra city, 1937, the first volume of Akhand Jyoti magazine was published. As per Sri Ram's instruction, the very first copy of the first volume was placed in front of the imperishable flame wick lamp in the sadhana room by a girl named Gauri. Gauri made a swastik symbol with red vermilion powder and placed flowers, fruit, and rice grains on it. Everyone was surprised to see this extraordinary girl Gauri, who had suddenly arrived at Pandit Shriram Sharma's house on the auspicious day, and till date no one knows from where she had come. Publishing production flourished, and after some time a need occurred for a bigger place. A building was rented in Mathura city. After some time, in order to expand more and establish a proper office for Akhand Jyoti magazine publishing production house, a new building was rented in Ghia Mandi area. This building was popular as haunted house. People were scared to go into this building. That's one of the reasons why Sri Ram could get this huge mansion-like building for very cheap money. Few days after moving in, on the upper floor of the building, some bizarre noises heard. After that day, this became daily routine. Every night, sounds of weird noises like a big chaos started disturbing the household members. One night, Sri Ram decided to check this matter by himself. He went to the upper floor with a lantern in hand. He saw few shadows. Without any fear or hesitation, he addressed, "Who are you? What do you need?" "Please live and let live too. This is a huge mansion. Together, we both can live here in peace. You all can live peacefully on the upper floor, and downstairs we will. The ghost did not reply and slowly disappeared in dark. But after this episode, those loud, chaotic noises were never heard again. By this time, Shriram was started getting popular as a pioneer writer, and people started addressing him as Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya. Time was changing. Second World War duration was very rough on mankind. Worldwide, regular daily use goods were becoming expensive. In many parts of India, riots, arson, looting, etc. were reported. But still, in these striving days, Pandit Shriram Sharma emerged into spiritual practices with deep meditation, contemplating on reflection with serene mind. In the year 1943, his first wife passed away. As per guidance by his Gurudev, Sri Ram got remarried with Bhagwati Devi, who was his holy consort for many previous births. In one of the darshan given to Pandit Sri Ram Sharma, Gurudev Sarveshwaranandji, also known as Dada Guru, expressed, I am very happy with your marriage. In between of your sadhana and service to mankind, many obstacles may occur, but she will be always be by your side as a faithful, cooperative partner throughout your life. Bhagwati Devi was born into a highly respected and very influential squire, Jamidar family of Agra city. Her ancestors were known for compassion, philanthropy, generosity, and selfless service to the society. Her father, respected Sri Yashwant Singh, was very influential landlord in that area. Bhagwati Devi's childhood was spent in extreme care, affection, and protection. From childhood, she was indulged with sacrament of devotion, and after becoming Acharyaji's companion, Bhagwati Devi got full exposure and opportunities to flourish these qualities. She played a great role in Pandit Sri Ram Sharma's life, and hence, by selfless service to mankind, she received lots of respect from the world and got renowned as Vandaniya Mataji or respected Holy Mother. In those days, Mataji had lots of responsibilities. Her whole day used to spend on completing many chores, taking care of cows, kitchens, and other household work, and on top of it, making food for guests throughout the day. She never let any guest leave without having food. She would read all fan mails and other mails written to Acharyaji and help him with writing back mails. She would do all necessary arrangement for Acharyaji for his daily spiritual practice so that he has no problem in continuing his sadhana. She did all these things very well, diligently, without getting angry or frustrated. Along with this, very soon, Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya, with the help of his well-wisher, friends and colleagues, set up a printing press in his rented building. Although this work was still new and needed lot of attention and hard, laborious work, but in front of his determination and love towards service to humanity, this sacrifice was nothing. He made all his effort in every work of his printing press. His family members also assisted him with all their abilities. To create awareness and deep interest in this selfless work, he advocated Mass for everyone's overall well-being. In order to do so, he set up many camps so that with personal touch, he can introduce the idea, create interest, educate and train personals too. Each day, he would write so many letters to keep in touch with new contacts he made. He went all out by working so hard on his responsibilities of editing and publishing magazines and booklets. In spite of his hard work, he did not leave his Gayatri sadhana. Every day, he used to wake up by 2 a.m., finish his morning routine, and then sit for meditation and jump till 7 a.m. in continuation with his breath pledge of limited food intake, which is once a day just one roti of jaw, barley, and a glass of buttermilk. This is it for the whole day, nothing else. Also, at the same time, he continued with his jotting down important useful literature from whatever he read from holy books or had heard from personal experiences or from Devi cognition during his meditation. Seeing his strong, strict daily routine, one day a co-worker asked, Acharya ji, why so harsh on yourself? What was your spiritual practice or sadhana got to do with your activities of editing and publishing the Akhand Jyoti magazine? And he was stunned with the reply. The reply was, this too is a form or practice of evolving self-life to a higher excellence of human glory. Its effect will definitely be felt after some time. So, along with Gayatri Mantra Sadhana, Acharya executed profound studies and research on super energy Gayatri. On the basis of his deep scientific research, mental journeying, and meditation, he wrote 3 immense volumes titled Gayatri Mahavigyan or Super Science of Gayatri. Thus, he placed a refreshing and repowering new philosophy of Gayatri before the whole world. The activities of Sacred Mission and Akhand Jyoti Sansthan were increasing day by day. Ghia Mandi Mathura house seemed congested now, so they decided to buy a land near river Yamuna shore. Lot of wealth was needed in order to establish Gayatri Tapobhumi and preparation of promotions and other yagya plannings. Mataji voluntarily offered. She said, please use my jewelry to buy land and for other activities. Our sacred mission shall not be hindered. I request you, not let these materialistic obstacles stop your great mission. Vaishak Purnima, year 1953. Gayatri Tapobhumi was established on the Mathura Vrindavan road, and a Gayatri temple also was built. During that time period, Pandit Shriram observed 2 pledges. One, Maun Sadhana, which is being silent, and other, no food, just water for the whole month. He also had 1,000 devotees, sadhak, pledge to write 2.4 million handwritten Gayatri mantras. In the year 1954, training on science of life camp sessions were conducted at Gayatri Tapobhumi. In these camps, discourses and training on useful topics which are suitable for mankind and human life were given. In the year 1956, in Mathura city, a huge Gayatri Narmed Yagya was conducted. People showed lot of enthusiasm for this yagya, and thousands of people and devotees eagerly participated in this program. People realized the mysterious importance of this huge Gayatri Narmed Yagya when some follower offered to devote their whole life for this sacred mission in front of everyone. Right after that, next year, in 1957, a conference was conducted inviting all Gayatri follower, associates and devotees. In this conference, information was given regarding various upcoming programs in regard with future of this holy mission. All gathered Mars were given name of All India Gayatri Parivar, a Gayatri clan family. Now, series of these revolutionary programs started with fast pace. In November 1958, a huge 1000 Kundi Gayatri Yagya was conducted. To participate in this holy event, thousands of devotees and followers came. To promote and publicize this yagya, devotees arrived in a rally from various directions using all modes of transportations. They were singing bhajans and chanting Hail of Gayatri Mata, with holding high a saffron flag imprinted Om on it. In this humongous and grand Gayatri Yagya, thousands of devotees took various religious vows, vrat, with full devotion and zeal. This program ran for many days. Many saints, sages, ascetics, etc. gave discourses on religion, spirituality, and humanity, inspiring many people to give up on their inner taints and bad habits. During that yagya, they also promoted many reforming revolutionary thoughts for the betterment of society, like conducting a low-cost marriages with no dowry in exchange or getting rid of any kind of addiction. Prior to this grand religious yagya, Gayatri Puja was prohibited for everyone except Brahman men. But Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya encouraged people from all caste, class, creed, communities, religion, gender to participate in this pious yagna. Not only this, he emphasized on women to actively participate and conduct the Gayatri Yagna, and on top of it, there was no demand or donation or charity from anyone. It was totally free of cost. This created lot of stress and puzzlement between keepers of Brahman Samaj. There was a major opposition, but in front of the aura of Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya and his teaching, they could not stand for long, and they had to dismiss their case and had to calm down. This resulted in incomparable experiences for followers, and a refreshing new environment got harbingered in. At the closing ceremony of the yagya, devotees' hearts were oozing with sensitive sacred emotions. After this enormous success of 1000 Kundi Yagya, Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya, or by now known as Guruji, handed over his all responsibilities of Gayatri Tapobhumi management and editing work of Akhand Jyoti magazine in the capable hands of Mataji and left to live in solitude and seclusion. In those days, the compact copy of 4 Vedas with code text were not available anywhere. And it was the same situation with 108 Upanishad, 6 Darshans, 18 Purans, 20 Smritis, 24 Gitas, Aryak, Brahman, and Niruk. This was the same story with all of them. Hence, Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya strived hard in this direction, and he immersed himself in for compiling these entire Vangmay literature without any deviation. In between, upon Tata Guru's invitation, Guruji spent full 1 year into a very secluded and lonely area of Gangotri Gamuk Glacier located at Himalaya mountains to execute difficult atrocities. After returning from his journey, he again got indulged into his writing activities. He stated very clearly in all his books that Gayatri and Yagya are the two great grants and boons to the mankind of Indian culture, and it's equally available to all in spite of their belonging to any caste, community, creed, gender, region, religion, etc. After coming back from the journey from Himalaya, he declared that he has completed translation of Vedas, Purans and Upanishad, and thus immediately it should get published. Due to this great knowledge, a new direction was attained, which initiated a detailed, innovative 100-point space program plan in Gayatri Parivar. Under this 100 points new era upbuilding program, schools and camps started in which education and training on various topics such as how to achieve human excellence were given. Poverty was a big obstacle in developing country, so many training schools were opened to give training in rural cottage industry. Keeping in mind the theory of modern science and modern intellectualism, in 1968, Gurudev approached many different scholars from various areas and religions. Thus, about 20,000 pages giving details and explanation on these various religious code of conduct topics were gathered. This gave a new outlook to spirituality, which can be called as scientific spirituality. From 1968 to 1990 was fully embarked in publishing many books on these scientific spirituality. Along with this, scientific research studies were also started. Under this program, a camp was organized for deep mental reflection. One day, a very rich visitor, seeing Gayatri Tapobhumi and the kind of work being done there, gets very impressed. He said to Gurudev, "You are doing a great work of propagation of Gayatri Mantra. You should only stuck with Hinduatva and only promote Hinduism. I will donate a lot of money for this work." Acharya replied, "I belong to whole mankind, not just one religion. I love all religions equally. My main goal is to awaken world's humanity. I am not a preacher of any religion. I am a reformer of humankind. Thank you so much for your offer, but I cannot take your help under this condition." The rich man went away quietly. This is how our Gurudev is. Our Gurudev did have many miraculous powers along with foresight. This happened in 1969, December timeframe. Sri Vijayakumar Sharma's mother died at the Patna station while coming back from 100 Kundiya Gayatri Yagya. As fate, Gurudev was also arrived at Patna station while on his way to Mathura, and he got this sad news. Immediately, he came to the dead lady's corpus and said, "Son, who says your mom is dead? She is just sleeping. Wake her up." Hearing this, surrounded people were stunned. But suddenly the dead body moved and got up and reverently touched Acharya's feet. He gave her his blessings and then boarded his train. On the instructions from Dada Guru, 20th June 1971, Gurudev, along with Mataji, left for Shanti Kunj Haridwar in India. Thousands of their devotees gathered for this farewell and expressed their devotional feelings. Then, after just a few days from Shanti Kunj, handing over all his responsibilities to Mataji, he left for Himalaya for the higher guidance. Mataji stayed back in Shanti Kunj Haridwar with a few aides and followers. At that time, this place was not well known and surrounded with dense forest. Gurudev used to feel extremely bad for the undeservedly condition of women, who are half of the world's population. They were victims of oppression, harassment, illiteracy, etc. Hence, under the 100 points based program, he laser focused on upliftment of females. He instructed to set up camps for young girls under the guidance of Mataji, as well as many other programs for women's awakening. An independent magazine was also inaugurated named Mahila Jagran Abhiyan, a women's awakening campaign in 1975. As a preliminary phase of women consciousness awakening and for gaining mental and spiritual strength, Mataji instructed many unmarried young girls living at Shantikunj to execute a Gayatri Mahapushcharan of 2.4 million mantra chanting. After returning from Himalayas, Gurudev gave many new instructions to empowered mission. Gradually, the branches of Gayatri family and Yug construction scheme expanded. Acharya also received many invitations from foreign countries. With the inspiration of Acharya ji, thousands of Gayatri Shakti Peeth and Pragya Peeth were established. These Shakti Peeths were not only important for religious and spiritual perspective, but they were very useful for educating and empowering public and mankind. Darshan, philosophy, and science were given more value in these Pragyapeeth. Gurudev established Brahmavarchas Research Institute with modern science to conduct mental reflection and deep understanding of spiritual science. There, he encouraged expert scientists to measure the effect of yagna and mantra chanting through systematic scientific research studies. A Gayatri Nagar was established so that they could conduct systematic scientific research studies on scientific spirituality and for those devotees who were influenced by the higher motive, the divine knowledge wisdom, and implemented and indulged into deep spiritual practices. Creative research studies were started on medicinal herbs, and thousands of trees were planted to purify and sanify the environment with the help of specialist associate as a part of Acharya's 100-point program. As in this modern era, the requirement of protecting our environment and ecology is augmenting day by day. Therefore, Gurudev created a program for protection of greenery and started it widely with intense effort with the purification of water, air, atmosphere, etc. He added this program with the use of wild medicinal herbs, which are called jadi booty in Hindi. Considering the dilemma of the people that, on one hand, burning many forests in the name of yajna, and on the other hand, talk of forest preventions. Gurudev decided to resolve this matter with scientific experiment. He made a proper arrangement for the chemical analysis of the smoke generated by the yajna fire. Programs were also prepared for scientific research under the influence and effect of Gayatri Mantra. And scientific research were also done on the energy emerging from sacrifices or ahutis in the yajna. And people were very surprised to see these results. On Guruji's order, Brahmavarchas Research Institute, with the latest scientific equipment, gadgets, and scientific research techniques installed, a modern upscale laboratory was established for modern scientific experiments and applications. Along with this, a huge library was established where so many books for reading were kept. A training was established to empower valuable persons so that they could become a responsible citizen and create a new era. The process of imbibing life energy repatriation ran side by side with two different mediums, one through astral body and the other with physical body. In this present modern age, mental illness with physical disorders are also increasing at alarming rates. Under such circumstances, Acharya, as a part of 100-point based program, considered a solution that could put this problem to an end. He established a proper educational syllabus and a training program including yoga asana, pranayam, and pragya yoga, which benefited thousands of people. On 2nd June 1990, on an auspicious day of Gayatri Jayanti, as per pre-proclamation, Gurudev shed his mortal frame. Thousands of devotees drowned into countless grief and pain. On 7th and 8th June 1990, at 6 places in India, Lakshvedi Brahmadeep Mahayagya were organized. More than 1 million flames lamps were lit. Those effect was recognized by society from all the directions, followed by Shraddhanjali event to offer flowers of deep faith and gratefulness at the feet of revered Gurudev. Devotees from all over the world participated in this program. The Postal Department of India issued a new postage stamp in the sacred memory of respected Gurudev, Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya. This function was executed on June 27, 1991 by Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma, Vice President of India at that time. Divine culture reaches every house. Therefore, under the conscious guidance of Mataji, a historic pledging ceremony was held on between 8th to 10th June 1992. In the holy direction of Mataji to awaken and unite India's strength, a proud campaign of promoting Dev Sanskriti was also formed on the same day. The first huge Ashwamedh Yajna was held in Jaipur, Rajasthan on 7 to 10 November 1992. Thousands of people participated in this yajna, and after this, a series of such yajna continued in the world. According to Hindu calendar, on 19th September 1994, Bhadrapada Purnima, the Holy Mother Bhagavati Devi left her physical body and united with Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya's divine cosmic soul in existence. After the great departure of the Holy Mother, there was a sad darkness and sadness all around. After Mataji's great departure, for the whole 1 year in Awalkheda village, Agra, Gayatri Akhand Jap was conducted, and for Purnahuti, which is closing rite, a special sadhanas or spiritual rituals were performed. In this special program, spanning 1 year, participants from various parts of India had arrived. In 27 centers, India and abroad, massive Ashwamedh Yajna were conducted from 7th November 1992 to 30th July 1994. This was the first time in foreign countries that such yajna were organized. In this program, Indian citizens and NRIs happily participated and gave a new outlook to foreigners to think about the scientific aspect of the yajna. For the very first fulfillment, which is Purnahuti, the yajna area of Awalkheda village in Agra was prepared with grand beauty, and many creative events were organized in it. Both Indians and foreigners participants take part in this great event. The venue of Awalkheda village was very grand and great. The great Purnahuti, which is closing rites of Yug Sandhi, Era Junction, Mahapushcharan took place in the form of an Aval Kheda Yagya at Shanti Kunj Haridwar in the year 2000. In this grand gigantic program from within India and foreign countries, thousands thronged to witness and take part in it. This program was indeed one of a kind.